Eustis Roofing, how I found Eustis Roofing was they originally did the roof 17 years ago. So I'm kind of a record freak, if you would say. I keep track of everything. I got manuals for every appliance in the house. So I went ahead and I called Eustis Roofing, and to be honest with you, I called 2 other contractors, told them what I wanted as an estimate. I wanted 3 estimates from each contractor. Eustis Roofing was right on the mark on pricing. Went down and talked to Cheryl. Known them for years, off and on. I mean, they're friends with the neighbor down the street. So they weren't the cheapest and they weren't the most expensive. They were right in the middle. So went with them. Quality of work was excellent, right on time, neat. That's how I found them. Basically, remember them from the old days. This is the first and only house I'll ever build. He said something to me that stuck with me for years, was I want to be friends after we're done with this. And that's what Eustis Roofing did. They were good people, they were easy to work with. There were some delays, but it wasn't their fault. It was mostly because of the tornadoes up north. The shingles were in their shortage. So when they did get started, it went real quick. Within a couple of days, the new roof was on, the old roof was off, we were fine. And my wife couldn't love it anymore. She was a little bit worried about what it was going to look like. So we drove around everybody's neighborhood. We were stalking people for some reason. She was a little worried, but we went probably 4 different neighborhoods looking for 4 different types of roofs and settled on this roof. Real happy with it. It's going to last until I'm leaving, if I retire. Eustis Roofing was probably one of the best guys around for orderly. Being it is a construction site, you always got the guys with the cigarette butts and the trash and the McDonald's things, but at the end of the day, the place was policed very well. There wasn't any trash or anything. You didn't even know they were here except for the roof being off. Being from a construction side of the family, I know it takes a little more effort to keep the job site in some kind of order, and depending on how good your contractor is, there could be a pile of junk in the corner forever. Eustis Roofing was probably one of the best I've seen when it kept the appearance of the house up. Didn't have to worry about policing it or picking up trash from the guys working on the roof. It was probably, like I said, you didn't even see or didn't even know that they were there. But they had these little trailers that are on hydraulic lifts, and it made taking the old roof off so much easier and so much neater. And it's kind of neat because it's got its own power, so it can move around in the yard, and it's not that heavy, so it doesn't destroy anything. And the machine looks like a regular trailer, but it's a hydraulic lift dump trailer, because it can raise up as high as the roof, and then when they clear it, the old shingles, nothing drops to the ground, everything stays up high, so you don't have any damage to the plants or anything like that. I travel a little bit, so I made some surprise appearances just to make, just to see what's going on. Never bothered the guys, just kind of pulled in and pretend like I was going in a house I forgot something. So I was keeping an eye on them, but I wasn't keeping an eye on them. The first time I stopped in, they were well at tearing off the old roof, and I could tell just from that they were going to do a good job, just because with that little go buggy thing and the way the guys were focused at what they were doing, they were getting that roof off. There wasn't a radio playing or any of that other thing. It was strictly business. So, and then a couple other times I stopped, nothing's changed. I mean, when they were done at the end of the day, you didn't even know they were here. What I would caution people about any kind of roofer is the pets inside the house were absolutely crazy because of the bang, bang, banging of the roof. So the cat was hysterical for 3 days. Saying that is giving people advice on putting a new roof on. Do your research. You need to make sure that they're a quality company. Even if you drive by somebody that's doing a roof, just go in and ask. I mean, talk to the guy that's doing the roof, or find out where they're at and drive by their place of business and see how organized they are. And Eustis Roofing was very organized. When I walked in there, I mean, she had it going on. She had everything under control, which to me says a whole lot. You know, I called contractors and it was like, please leave a message, we'll get back to you, and then they call me at 8 o'clock at night. Doesn't always work for me. I want to see what you guys are using, what kind of equipment. I don't want them showing up in a beat up pickup truck and saying, I'm going to put a new roof on your house. How am I going to do it? You did a very nice job. And we were still talking to each other after the job was done. As I gave her the check, we were still friends, which works for me. Eustis Roofing, they're the best.